Thank you for joining me on the channel Mazarov Tarot. Today I'm kind of just wasting time, honestly. I have something to do a little later for work, but and before I go to the gym. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a few things, and then I might continue off with Virgo through Capricorn, maybe, for what somebody on the other side wants you to know, since I didn't complete that or finish that. All right. So yeah, I may or may not use male or female energies, pronouns, excuse me, but you don't have to be biological male or female to be in either of the energies, and it's not day specific, nor is it any specific order. I wanted to briefly talk about the Vitruvian man, because I have spoken on it previously. The Vitruvian man, and it means a lot to me. I have Viv tattooed on myself. And then I also, it's kind of tied in with the Baphomet. They're kind of drone. Is that past tense of draw or drew? What the hell is that thing in the sky? They're kind of drone. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. They're kind of drew. That sounds weird, but whatever. The same way with the arms and the legs, except for the Baphomet, he has horns instead of his curly quills. The thing that I want to touch on is the arms and the legs, and it's kind of tied in with me. With the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and also Married to Medicine. The Vitruvian man has 4 arms and 4 legs, but for some reason, the forearm is a part of the body, right? The forearm is this part of your body. Now, my forearm is connected to a rose line, male or female, Michael or Angelin type of thing, but also I am. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it is. Who drew that? Some principality. Sometime ago drew the Vitruvian man. I forget his name. But he had all those journals and so on and so forth, all those diaries. And I couldn't figure out what was so important about the forearm. I started to think about 4 men, armies. I even started thinking about George Foreman. But the forearm, when you actually look up the physical properties of the forearm, it is connected to the hand and the wrist and the motor skills of a hand. So it was like a handler. Now, the lower part of the Vitruvian man is 4 legs. 4 legs got something to do with quadruples, something like that, which is like Married to Medicine. There's quad on there. Quads are also a part of the leg as well. But 4-legged beings are animals. So I started to think the Vitruvian man could have been a Sagittarius, half man, half Sag. Or it was like a handler trying to handle 4-legged creatures, which is like pigs, horses, donkeys, mules, so on and so forth. But it has something to do with quads and the forearm. Now, he was foretelling something about the body. Amsterdamsters, whatever his damn name is, I don't give a fuck. Yep, did. But And I shall not worship a graven image, so I doesn't know. But I am familiar with the art, and a lot of people, especially in the conspiracy community, which is a community that I was a part of for so long. Well, I wasn't necessarily a part of it, but I enjoy the thoughts of things. But I feel like people make things more complicated than what it is. A lot of things are simple. And he was foretelling, okay? But it has something to do with the arms and the legs. And it's a movement, I'm going to say, that the person would be going. They're kind of going around in a circle, essentially. But I just couldn't figure out what a handler what it does and with a four-legged creature. Is it bestiality? I doesn't know. Is it stability? But I've heard so many damn theories. Like some people, it's like it's about another man being behind him. How is it another man being behind him if Amsterdam's whole thing is about foretelling? Now I don't know if he was fortune telling, but he was foretelling the future. And I feel like it got something to do with a handler with a horse. Now I doesn't know if it's Asmodeus. Because it could also be a pig. It don't gotta be a political movement with a damn donkey. It could also be a horse. Like a horse right there. But it's very animated, you see. Now the thing that was really weird to me about the foretelling is that it has something to do with the penis. The penis. It made me think of Smallwood. Now, why I'm tying that in with the Real Housewives, I've already mentioned Quad from Married to Medicine. If you don't know who Quad is, Quad was married to Dr. G, right? He's like a 33. But going off of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Shame. Her name is Shame. It's a damn shame. But she likes to be called Shamia. She was married initially from 2009 to 2010 to some gentleman named King Solomon Smallwood Jr. And he handled Dreams. He handled Chris Brown. That's the killer part. Brownie is a fae. Like Nicole Brown Simpson. That's a fae. And for some reason, those brown energies have a fight. They're continuously in some sort of fight where a woman gets abused, if you notice. And also, he handled Braxton Hicks, aka Tony. And also, someone else. I can't recall. But after Shamia or Shame, now King Solomon in the Bible, he was tied in with Solomon's magic demon, and he was the king of Israel. But he controlled demons just like Jesus did. How you know Jesus controlled demons other than them celebrating Christmas during a cold and demonic times, like a cold day in hell? Christmas, most places, it can even be a hot day in hell, depending on where you are. Is the story with the pigs. Not only did the pigs plead to Jesus, they followed whatever he said. They listened to him. I live by the motto, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. I would have not seen that, heard it, or been able to interact with it or speak with it personally. That's a personal thing, though. You know. Because I try to be on a higher frequency than that to even, because it's a round thing, right? it would have to transmute itself to even get into the same energy as me. But King Solomon was also the king of Israel. I always thought I never thought that Israel had a king, but them do. And the king they have has a book of fucking Ars Glacia. It would sit down, have meetings with demons, make deals, broker deals with demons. But it was alone. Solomon, they always say, was alone. Now, alone to me is double entendre or something, where it's like a loan payment and a loan in life. He was alone. It was a loan. It was an advancement. So it was always some deals being made. But Shemiah was married to him, and then they got divorced. Even though Shemiah is like birds of a feather flock together, she was a call girl essentially that would shake her ass for the NFL. And she made a movie in Drumline, which was all about fucking off in college and following the sound of music. Get Up To or something. I don't know what the hell else. And when they got divorced, she married her current husband, which is a light bringer. His name is Gerald Mwangi. And he owns a company, Dominion Charter Communications or something. But I was just looking at her house because she's got that covenant. If you don't know, Shiloh is a covenant in the Bible. She's got that child like Angelina Jolie with Brad Pitt. But it would be the reverse because he's saying that he's Dominion. So he would be Angelina Jolie. He's the beautiful one. And she would be pitiful or ashamed. And they got that $9 million house. The problem is, I don't know what a Dominion. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I promise you, I don't know what it is. Can someone please tell me what Dominion? You do minion. So you think you grew? You think you grew up? You gotta be nutty. You gotta be out of your mind insane. What's a dope idiot? They call it dough. Is it dope idiot? Dough? Is it a Pillsbury Doughboy? Or is it money dough? What kind of dough? You think he was a deer? What's a minion? I don't know. Like, okay. I don't know what's up with people thinking, dear Lord. I'm not into realism. I'm not a part of the Rothschild type of thing where it's worshiping some sort of anime. So I doesn't know, but somebody thinks that that deer is supposed to have minions. Do y'all know what a minion is? Minion. I don't think God has minions. Duh. But that's for you fuckers that has forbidden knowledge. You think God got dominion. And they want you to believe that dominion is power. But she did marry him, and he's some sort of light bringer to airports. And I just thought it was interesting because Andy Cohen is some biblical name, I do believe, but I just don't know. Andy just think he got a fucking Toy Story. He's got a Barbie house. I don't know what the fuck he was against girls, I know. And then Portia was married to Simon. Simon makes me think of Peter, but his last name was Govadia. That shit was gonna go bad from the beginning, because now they got Angela Oakley. Oakley? Oak is a wood. That's a fact. And then they got Drew C. Dora by Ralph. And I'm going to talk about smarts in a minute. C. Dora, yes. I used to watch Dora the Explorer. And I believe that she would have said C. But her name is Drew. And who drew Dora, I believe, is Nick. Little Nicky makes me think of that devilish child. And, I forget who else they had on there. What's her name? Cynthia? Is her name Cynthia? Cynthia Doll. Cynthia Artificial. Cynthia Synthetic. And they called it a model. Yes. I don't know what model Angie had, but Angela would be controlling the fuck out of Cynthia. But they got Kelly. Kelly, to me, got something to do now with the Confederate flag. Because Edmund Kirby Kelly and his mama Frances that like to act like God off of good omens, but it would have been super fucking racist. But get out of jail card. What I learned from the beginning of the Bible is that if you are smart, if you are witty, then you can essentially believe that you've outwitted God. You rest your case. You can outwit God if you're smart and get away from the situation and be able to be free and remain free and even become a dominion or a ruler of a nation and have victory and be victoring because you believe that you are smart, that you are smarter than God, that you laid the groundwork, that you can know more than God, and you can get on a stand and lie, essentially, and that God will let you be free. So what I learned from Eve, which probably was a white woman, is that you can become a great mother as long as you're smart and betray your maker, your father, and hold on to your husband because he got a job. I just don't think that Adam's God. But I did think that was funny because shit, as soon as she became smart and Adam became smart, they didn't even have to work for God anymore. They can go out and work for themselves. But that's taking me to that Archangel Raphael. And once he becomes smart, he didn't even have to work for God anymore. He can go out and work for himself and work remotely. Talking about forearms, and I'm a controller of this simulation. I just thought it was weird or fascinating. And let's go ahead and get into this energy. Hopefully I can speak on it, right? What do y'all think the Vitruvian Man was selling? And why is the Baphomet drawn the same way? It's drawn. Really, somebody watching. What do you think he was foretelling about the forearms and beast on the low? Handlers up top and beast below. Bestiality will be connected with sexuality, with the man dick, wouldn't it? Because that's how he drew it. That quad part, the four-legged animal, would be connected with the sexual organs of a beast. Beauty and the Beast. Who do they draw most blood from your forearm? Or is that a rose line? You think so, Phil? Let's see Virgo schools on him. Come in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come in, come in. What's that in there, Mr. With the Okay, let's see what's going on. Alright. The O came out. The O came out. This energy also came out for Capricorn. Virgos could be dealing with a Capricorn. But it's like the real. You know what? Even though this is about somebody on the other side, it's making me think of something. A woman is like, y'all really want to blame me because I didn't buy into Israel. I bought something fake or a Nokia knocked off. I'm saying something about that. It's not a relationship. It's not a happily ever after. It's not a meeting. Somebody on the other side that passed away, Virgo, it's not a meeting. It's not a coming together. It's not a face-to-face. It's so weird because it's the opposite of the saying, when there's fire, there's smoke. It's the opposite. Something has been put out. Somebody on the other side has been put out. Okay. It's coming from a non-cup. No. An outpouring. It could have something to do with Aquarius or a mother. There's no coming together. There's no face-to-face. But something is inverted, I am going to say. Why is the two, like, Virgos could be dealing with the loss of a partner or a loss of, like, both of their parents. But the two are not coming together or something. It's just not a happily ever after for Virgo. For the person on the other side, that's what I'm seeing. Two individuals are, though, even though there's not a coming together, they are connected to their roots, I am going to say. They're connected to their roots. I'm going to come back. Godspeed. God bless. Bye.